How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean, and I am super excited to bring you some awesome news about Parkasaurus. It's huge, man. It's huge. Parkasaurus is going to be such a great game, and I'm super excited for it. And in fact, it'll probably one of my most top anticipated games that's coming out to play, and I'll make like a top 3 or top 5 video about that, you know, here in a few days or something like that, because there's so many good games coming out, so many good games. But Parkasaurus, let's go ahead and get into that real quick. The actual park management aspect of this game is super huge. The developers just released a new video with a new update about the privacy system, and man, my mind is blown. Like, the privacy, so each dinosaur has a little meter, and the privacy meter is in their enclosure. You know, the guest will come in and they will come up to the fence and they will interact with the dinosaur, and you know, they'll get really excited and they'll wave their arms and like point, and oh, look at the dinosaur, look at the dinosaur, right? But the dinosaur, to a certain extent, also likes privacy. It doesn't always want to be, you know, a monkey behind a cage. It doesn't always want to be, you know, poked and looked at and fingers pointed at it. So it'll want to be, you know, have its own privacy. And towards the further back of the enclosure, the more private it goes. Of course, the bigger the enclosure, the bigger the privacy. And of course, if you have a path wrapped all the way around the enclosure, the privacy would probably be very low. And the dinosaur would probably get really angry and eventually want to break out, right? So it kind of makes sense why the dinosaur would want to break out. And it's so intuitive. Like that is a very good thing that they would add. And just for them to showcase this like this is awesome. He actually made a video. I'm going to play a couple snippets of it, and I'll actually have the link in the description or the comment, pinned comment, whatever, you can find it. I'll have it there. But you can also take, like, let's say concrete walls and wrap that around a certain part of your enclosure. And even if a path is walking along that, of course you can't see through concrete, so it'll heighten the privacy factor for your dinosaur in that particular area. And that is just so cool, man. And there's so much in Parkasaurus that we could talk about, and I'm going to talk about that in later videos. Maybe even throw out some good speculation, give the devs some good ideas, because, you know, I'm good associates with the devs. I'm in their Discord server, and they're so active. Like, you know, anything that you have to say about this game, whether it be negative or positive, they're immediate to greet you and tell you about how they want to fix whatever your issue is or why it is this way. Like, they're so interactive with all the people who's excited for this game. And when they just release something like this, it just makes me so much more excited. This game is a little more cartoony than, like, you know, Mesozoic, Jurassic World, or Prehistoric Kingdom, right? Jurassic World Evolution. But just all the mechanics in this game adds for so much playability. Like, just the sandbox and the ability to add whatever you want. There's seasons in the game. There's a little thing called like a dino cam, where you can go right into their enclosure and the camera hovers above the dinosaur and you get a really good look at them. There's so much that's into this game, and it's so, like, I don't know, like, cute and neat, and the art style is awesome. And man, I really am excited for this game. I really do think that it's going to be a decent game for the amount of people working on it and the amount of effort that's going into it. And my hat is off to everybody at Wash Bear Studios, the few people there who's just kicking ass and making this awesome killer game. So go wishlist them on Steam. It's very important. You gotta wishlist them. It's the most thing you can do to help them get this game off the ground. It's already catching quite a bit of steam. I'm so super excited for this game. And I hope, if you guys like this type of art style, this type of, I know you guys like dinosaur games, so that's a given. But if you like this kind of art style and you want to see us play this game, because I'm going to play the game anyway, a little bit, at least, if not a lot, smack a like. Go down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this game. Let me know what you want to see in this really nice artsy cutesy type of park builder. And we'll definitely let the devs know, because they are so excited to hear any sort of feedback, and that in turn makes me excited as a dinophile and a content creator for you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll play a little bit of a snippet for you guys. I'll see you on the other side.
Hello Dino Zookeepers, and welcome back to the second installment for Parkasaurus. I'm Chris from Washbearer Studio, and I would like to talk to you about privacy and exhibit privacy for your dino best friends. So let's get to it. So here's Gus, and Gus, like every dino in Parkasaurus, has a privacy bar. And this bar will go down as more guests come in and cheer Gus on. And so, while that's good for the guests, that's bad for Gus. And there's a real fine balance in designing your exhibit where you have enough privacy for Gus, but also not too privacy so your guests can still see Gus. And a cool tool we can use to evaluate the privacy of our exhibit is the privacy heat map. And what it does is it shows us the privacy of each tile in your exhibit. So red tiles are not private, and they tend to be close to where guests can see your dino. And orange and yellow are semi-private, and green tend to be very private, and they're usually farther away. Let's dive into the idea of this privacy heat map a bit more. So let's contrast two exhibits. This one here I'm building with a wooden fence, and a wooden fence is fairly strong, fairly cheap, and if you look at the privacy heat map of this exhibit, you'll see that it's not very private near the path, and it's more private farther out. Now let's build the same exhibit, except this time what we're going to use is change up the wall material a tiny bit. So again, it'll mostly be wooden fence, but I'm going to add some concrete wall, which is very strong, but you can't see through it. And in this case, it's actually kind of what we want, because if you look at the privacy heat map of this exhibit, it is a bit more private behind the concrete wall. Now it's very subtle, but it does affect the overall privacy of your exhibit. In addition to changing the material of the fences, there's other tools you can use to modify the privacy of an exhibit. So in this case, you can add some tall grass. And what that does is that it creates these little privacy pockets within your exhibit. And when Otis here goes inside the privacy pockets, he becomes invisible and starts to regenerate his privacy. And so eventually, your dino best friends just get fed up with no privacy. And what they'll often do, like in Otis's case, is find a nice tall patch of grass and sleep it off. They'll sleep away until their privacy regains enough that they feel comfortable to come back out and play again. Now, this is great for Otis, bad for your guests, because your guests can't see Otis, and if your guests can't see your dinos, they won't donate money to your park, and that's a problem. So there's a fine balance here. And eventually, once Otis feels he's had enough rest, Otis will say, all right, let's get back to it, and we'll start playing again in your exhibit. Hopefully that's given you some ideas on how you're going to design your exhibit. The two of us really appreciate everyone who wish lists the game on Steam, so please do that. That's great, thank you. Also, even better, maybe if you like what we're doing, pass on the video to a friend, or follow us on Twitter, or something amazing like that. Okay, thank you very much. See you later.
All right, so yeah, he can explain the privacy meter a whole lot better than I could, and I'm at a loss for words for it, just because the amount of care that these few people are taking upon this game is mind blowing. If you like this stuff, again, slap a like. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hopefully we can get this game popular for these guys, get this game going. There's a lot of people excited for this game. There's a big push behind it, so hopefully you guys can be part of that push. And don't forget, I'm in the comment section after every single video. I appreciate you, but I sometimes I just screw this outro up so bad. I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys like always, and I'll see you in the next one.
You had me at hello. Oh, baby.